I came in to the practice after doing the degree, after going away overseas for a period of time, just to help my dad due to his ill health. And, you know, I got thrown into a succession that was not very well conceived or planned, even by a financial planner. And the reality of that is because Dad went from someone who was incredibly strong and healthy and fit and motivated and a great decision maker to someone who was now focused on a terminal illness, a whole bunch of worry and stress associated with that. His whole mindset shifted. And I came in, you know, and had no idea about business, none. I was technically competent and I understood financial planning from that point of view, but I had I had a lot of empathy, but I didn't have the life experience to understand what people were going through. Yeah. So it was a really hard time. And so, you know, in formulating the business strategy now going forward, it's been about trying to protect the future Joes of the world, because these men and women that think, you know, that their mortality is forever and is a given. It's just not. And to think about your succession is just so important ahead of the game, because we're not here forever. And then you don't want to be throwing, again, the future Joes of the world, you know, into this situation where they're needing to handle all this. Now, even if I wasn't involved in the business, the estate planning process itself, as an example, that was still harrowing. You know, I had some complications around all of a sudden I'm running a business and I'm trying to deal with the estate and I'm not really confident. I'm not getting great advice from, you know, the estate planner, and it was hard. And, you know, being the eldest as well, despite my own competency or my emotional capability at the time, grieving my father, I had to deal with all this sort of stuff. So I just thought to myself, well, it's so meaningful for me to be able to create something that is planning for the future. And that's what we do for our clients. And that's why I love what I do. And my father, you know, was, you know, probably definitely a few rungs above others in terms of what he'd put in place. And it was still hard for me. You know, he was a financial planner. Like, you know.
He knew the consequences.
He had his wills. He sorted it out. It was all well mapped out. But he wasn't to know that, as an example, the support afterwards in the estate wasn't as great. So one of the questions we have or one of the things that we look for when we vet the solicitors that we work with for our clients is we're looking for, okay, you create a great will, you execute a great document. What are the support systems around? What if the owner is no longer there? Who's going to be around to assist? Do we have an advisory board so that it sits there as something that could help the kids deal with some of these issues afterwards? We're mapping these things out for clients, and that's why we're getting success. Or some advisors also will just give a handball referral. We don't do handball referrals. No referral is given unless that particular professional has been put through the ringer in a very respectful and nice way. But it's really important. We ask so many questions and we meet with them so many times before any referral occurs.